Ashi and Rochan on the stage, please. Yes. Talking about his company, that is, we are celebrating the 50 golden years of Tekno Valves, and then इसके बाद तो बातें होते ही रहेंगी. So please over to you.
Thank you, Nisha. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this splendid evening made extra special by the presence of Imtiaz Ali sir. Imtiaz is a wonderful storyteller, and Tekno Valves is a beautiful story. It is a story of how a young mechanical graduate from IIT Madras decided to start his own business in 1971 in Calcutta during the peak of Naxal movement. It is a story of how my father, Mr. Y.K. Behani, followed his dreams, followed his passions, worked hard, overcame all odds to make the company grow and stand on its feet. It is a story of entrepreneurship, quest for excellence, and commitment to safety. It is a story which tells us that success is basically in your own hands, even though the Almighty and luck also plays its part. All this has made Tekno Valves India's largest manufacturer and exporter of gas cylinder valves, having customers in 65 countries. We are a proud Calcutta-based company having plans to grow and expand in the city. Our expansion plans and growth is a befitting reply to those who feel Bengal cannot harvest world-class companies. The idea to create a coffee table book for our 50th anniversary came to us in September 2020. We envisaged that the book should share Tekno Valves' journey and achievement, communicate the brand's legacy, and appeal to professionals in the gas industry and all those involved in the company. We brainstormed on the content and decided to include anecdotes and interesting stories which would be folklore for the future generations. I would now like to welcome our online guests who are with us from Germany and US.
Our long-standing partnership with Tekno Valves is the main reason TVNA has been successful both in chlorine and in the world of gas marketplace. Our relationship is founded on mutual benefit and understanding, nurtured over the life of the partnership. It is truly a pleasure to do business with our extended community. We are so proud to be your partner in North America, and we congratulate you on your first 50 years, and are so excited to work with you for the next 50 years. Your friend Justin.
Thank you, Justin. I would like to now invite Dr. Stephen Harris to say a few words. Dr. Stephen Harris is head of certification body at DAM Berlin, our European notified body. He is very kind to join us on this occasion. My relations with Dr. Harris goes back to 2007 when he traveled to India to certify us and put us on the world map. All yours, Dr. Stephen.
Okay, thank you, Rohit, and good evening to all of you. Just some short words from my side, from far over in Germany. As you most probably can see from our post later, I don't know if you already have the copy book available, but as you can see from our post, skepticism prevailed at the beginning of our relationship with Tekno Valves. Of course, as a testing lab and approval body, we were honored to be contacted by an Indian manufacturer in 2007, so about 14 years ago. After 14 years of cooperating with Tekno Valves, we can hopefully rightly say that we have contributed greatly to the development of Tekno Valves as one of the world's largest manufacturer of cylinder valves. I congratulate Tekno Valves on its 50th anniversary and wish the company continued success in future.
Thank you, Dr. Stephen.
Having invited me.
I have to invite Detlef, our distributors in Germany, to say a few words. Detlef.
Hello everybody. Roland asked me to write a few words in his anniversary book, and I was of course very happy to do so. It's about the story how we came together with Tekno Valves. And it was in 2010. Our company was still very young, and at that time we answered every request, even if the products were not yet in our delivery program. So we received an inquiry from Romania for high-pressure optical cylinder valves. And in the evening, when I was sitting on the sofa at home, I immediately started browsing for a potential supplier in Asia. Why Asia? Well, the European manufacturers market their products directly in Europe and do not need a GBP to sell. After a few hours, I found the company Tekno Valves from India. Interestingly, Tekno Valves advertised BAM approval on its website. I couldn't believe it. An Indian manufacturer with a BAM certificate. BAM is a licensing authority owned by the German state, and it is like a knightly accolade in our industry. I decided to call BAM the next day to ask whether Tekno Valves has BAM approval for its valves. After all, we already had bad experiences with other Asian manufacturers who claimed to have European certifications but did not have them. A nice woman finally confirmed on the phone Tekno Valves has a valid BAM approval. After several years of cooperation, I can say with satisfaction that Tekno Valves is a very good business partner for us. The valves are of high quality, absolutely comparable to the leading European manufacturers, and the service and delivery capability are excellent. I look hopefully for the coming years, and I'm convinced that we will continue to expand our cooperation. Many thanks, Roy, for that.
Thank you, Detlef. Thank you for the wonderful
Now moving on to Mr. Ali. So Mr. Ali, what's your take on this huge success story that you're witnessing?
I'm actually also very amazed by how long the questions are and how short the answers are. It does not happen very often. And I think apart from... Sorry?
It just happens the other way around.
Yeah, yes. So today is a day of many great things. And I feel very overwhelmed that there should exist a company that you yourself started, sir. And I was quizzing your granddaughter in the car about what made him start, how did the idea of making valves come through in India. And it's actually a great occasion for all of us to be here on your success, on your thought and your dreams. And I, from the bottom of my heart, want to congratulate you for that. In the hurly-burly of the event, we shouldn't forget that one man had a dream, and this is where we have landed up. Obviously with the support of everybody, especially Mrs. Bihani, and to have such prolific children to take forward the business 50 years, I mean that is the length of my life. But to sustain a business for that long and be so successful, I mean everything comes together, and as I said to you that I can see the business going forward another 50 years. It's great to be there. Thank you very much. And what was your question now?
The question was, well, you already answered it, Mr. Ali, so thank you.
There you go.
That was a long answer too, by the way. Longer than the question.
Rohit, can I ask you, when you came into the business, you already had a successful enterprise that you were coming into.
Sure.
What were your challenges at that point of time, and where do you think you have made the difference in the growth?
Imtiaz, I joined the business in 1996, so I am also celebrating my silver anniversary. It's been a while I've been in business, and I must say I got very good support, not only from my father, but also from my uncle who's with us. So a round of applause for my uncle. My uncle joined the business in 1974, and those were different times, Imtiaz. I mean, thankfully email had started, the world was opening up. I feel 1991 was a momentous year because of liberalizations. At least when I joined, we could import technology, we could import raw material. The challenge was in changing the mindset of the people, making them believe that we can compete with the Western world. You know, I think the older generation had a bit of complex. We were neutral, and of course our kids are on fire all the time. So, well done, guys.
Special people in the audience here who have come all the way to meet and greet Tekno Valves on their special day, and of course to meet Imtiaz sir. I would like to invite them to ask questions to him. They are members of the entertainment fraternity of the city.
First of all, I would like to congratulate Rohit.
Thank you, Richard.
And really proud of you. We all are proud of you. And Imtiaz, I have a question for you. How it feels to come to Kolkata to launch a book talking about a winning brand, Tekno Valves from Kolkata. I want an answer for that.
Thankfully, Rohit had sent me the book, so I've kind of gone through it. And I have like, if all would have gone the way that it was supposed to, then I would have also been an engineer, because I was also a science student. And the rest of my friends were all engineers. So sometimes I miss the technical world, you know, and I miss physics and chemistry and mathematics. So to be in a world which is different from the world that I am in is always very exciting for me, which is why I went through the book a lot. It feels also, as I said earlier, it's a moment of great happiness to participate in something that has been successful for as long as my life is. And coming to Calcutta is always a pleasure because it has the best food in the world.
Thank you so much.
Hello, hi magician, that's how we call you in our team, our core groups. After hearing all the leg pullings and interesting conversations for last 1.5 hours, we kind of all are aware of the kind of personal relationship that you all share amongst you. But leaving that aside, if you treat it separately, like as a homegrown company from Kolkata, how does it feel? You coming from Bombay and celebrating the success of a company which is totally homegrown, and we've seen, you know, on the screen, on the online discussions, all the representatives from different parts of the world. How does it feel?
You know, when the conversation was going on and when I wasn't talking, I was looking very carefully at Rohit. And over the years, of course, I've met him several times, but never got the chance to just like look at him for so long while he's not noticing it. There are some features of people that create success stories, and most of those attributes are very personal habits, you know. Things like humility, things like using yourself to potential. It's to pay respect to anybody that you are interacting with. And these are the same qualities that I find in people that achieve something good across fields. So I feel that it brings me back again to the values that Rohit has, and I was very happy to see in his demeanor while observing him on stage. that I think all of us should emulate that so that we can also be in our own ways successful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sudipta. Thank you so much for joining us today.
So now is the time for the coffee book launch, you guys. So I would like to welcome on the stage all the directors. Ajay ji, on the stage. I would like to welcome Mr. N.K. Biyani. Yes, N.K. Biyani on the stage. Mr. Y.K. Biyani on the stage, sir. Mr. Rohit Biyani, we already have him on the stage. And Mrs. Renu Biyani on the stage, please. Yes. Please, ma'am, yes.